Okay, guys, thank you for clicking this video. Welcome to the channel. Today I had the pleasure of inviting the two biggest brands in cloud technology. These guys have made a significant contribution to this sector, and yeah, we are just here to tap from their wealth of knowledge and experience. This is one of the video I'm definitely going to learn a lot myself. I'm going to learn a lot from, these gurus, I would say. And I believe you also came prepared to learn as well. First of all, I'd like to welcome Kenneth Osim to this channel. Kenneth is the CEO of Nfonex Systems, a cloud-based technology company. Kenneth, welcome to the channel.
Thank you very much, Raymond. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nice. And I also like to welcome Chukwuka Onwubolu. Hope I pronounced that well. If I'm not, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Also a cloud engineer and the CEO of Choncloud Technology.
Yeah, hi, Raymond.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, first of all, let me start with you, Chukwuka. We're talking about the topic, the future of cloud technology in Africa. So, like I said, I want to start with you. If you can just kind of break down to a layman's understanding, probably 1 or 2 minutes, what is cloud technology? Because a lot of people that are watching this video might not even understand what cloud technology is all about.
Okay, thank you, Raymond. So cloud technology is basically having your IT infrastructure, like your servers, your softwares, everything that concerns your IT infrastructure and your IT services. You have them hosted in the cloud rather than having a physical environment. You host them somewhere on a data center, maybe somewhere, and make use of some of the cloud providers that can actually help you to host these services. So for a layman, all you should know is that for traditional industries, you have servers, you have computers, you have applications sitting in an office somewhere. But in cloud computing, you don't have any infrastructure like that. All you have to do is to log in using the internet and you can access those resources. So that's just the basic way I can explain cloud computing. And cloud technology is actually having different type of technologies in the cloud. For example, you have infrastructure as a service. There are different technologies under infrastructures like your virtual machines, your AVDs, VDIs. Then you have platform as a service. You have different platforms like AWS. You have Microsoft Azure Cloud. You have GCP. You have Oracle Cloud and so many other clouds that you can actually see out there. And for software as a service, you have enterprise applications, you have different softwares that you can actually use to provide services in the cloud. So that's some of the few technologies. There are so many other technologies that are there in the cloud, but that's just the basic ones I can actually speak on, just for the viewers that need to actually understand it from the basics.
Okay, thank you. Right. So, Kenneth, we are talking about the future of cloud technology in Africa. And I just want to ask, looking at cloud technology as a whole, cloud computing and all that, Africa as a continent, do you think we are ready?
Right. This is a very interesting question, Raymond. I recently did an interview with Channels TV and TVC where we discussed this in depth. However, I will try to take a step back and explain this further, because this is something that we need to bring to the attention of our leaders in Africa. So Africa right now is experiencing a rapid digital transformation. We've seen the rise of so many different tech companies in fintech. We've seen in cloud computing as well. We've seen in AI. And right now, cloud computing is basically at the heart of it all, because all the new companies that are coming on will deploy their infrastructure in the cloud. Nobody goes to have a data center of their own right now. So the continent's unique challenges is always around internet, and it's always around having the skill gap as well. So basically, in Africa, we have started embracing the cloud, but we are still far off. We are not there yet, right?
Okay.
I say this because I have worked previously in a consulting firm where we did so many projects with the public sector, and I must say that if you go to their infrastructure, it's really, really saddening, because you see that so many things are still done manually. You still find staff carrying papers left, right, center, trying to do basic things that could be done in a few minutes. They can spend days trying just to send an email to somebody. And so we're basically not there yet.
Okay, we are not there. Okay, Chuk, fine. Kenneth said we are not there, which I believe. There are so many factors to consider, and I don't want to jump on it right now because probably we will talk about it as we continue. So the point is that we are not there yet. How do you see this in the next 5 or 10 years? Do you believe that we'll get there?
Okay. So current state of cloud technology in Africa, we have infrastructure development. So many African countries are still investing in IT infrastructure, improving their internet connectivity, and also reducing the cost of their bandwidth. So this makes it more feasible. And with this development in the next 10 years, I think they should be able to get there. We also have business agility, cost effectiveness. So most cloud computing platforms now offer businesses feasibility to scale their operations without having any capital investment in physical infrastructures. And we have some few plans that are being given to SMEs in the African sectors. We have innovations, we have digital transformations, we have government policies and supports for these SMEs. Several African governments are recognizing the importance of digital transformations and are already implementing policies that favor or that collaborate with this cloud adoption and favors cloud adoption. So these are also some governments also offer incentives to support tech and also to support startups and collaborate with global cloud platforms like AWS, Microsoft Cloud, Microsoft Azure. We have education, skills development, and the like. So in the next 5 to 10 years, I expect the cloud adoption in Africa to grow exponentially. And with continued improvement, that's with government improvement and individual improvement, company improvement, infrastructure, we have support, we have policies. We also have some increased awareness and benefits of cloud technologies. We also have firms like Choncloud Tech and Nfonex and the others who are there to also support some of these growth. So I believe that we should anticipate that in the next 10 years, we should see an increased cloud services both locally and international for the African companies. We should also see sector-specific solutions that are customizable for the cloud. We will see economic growth. We'll see greater focus. So overall, the future for cloud technology in Africa is quite large, and the continent is well positioned to leverage cloud services and advancement of growth and development, and will be able to grow in the next 10 years.
Okay, thank you. So what are the kind of the challenges that is just hindering us from the growth that we are looking for compared to other European countries? Because I read an article and I discovered that a lot of businesses here are embracing cloud technologies in the US, Canada, UK, and other top countries. So what are the challenges that we are currently facing?
Okay, so for challenges, we have different African businesses actually face challenges when adopting these cloud technologies. But some of these challenges might be infrastructural limitations, one of which is inconsistent internet connectivity and limited bandwidth. So when you say you want to use cloud, then you should have a high stable internet and unlimited bandwidth. But if your bandwidth is limited, then you, before you even do anything, it's already exhausted. So this is one thing that can hinder cloud adoption, and particularly in the rural areas. We have more rural areas in Africa than urban areas. So this is a very big factor when it comes to cloud adoption. We also have cost concerns. Now, some companies or some individuals are actually scared to migrate to the cloud, and scared about the subscription fees, the barrier, especially for SMEs. Most of these cloud computing platform charges in USD or in other foreign currencies.
Yeah.
And I think we have one recently, but I've forgotten the name. But we are yet to have cloud platforms that would leverage our African currencies and use them for cloud services. So this is one of the challenge. We have lack of awareness and understanding. Some businesses or some individuals, some SMEs do not fully understand what it means going into the cloud. Some might want to utilize all the capabilities of the cloud at the same time, rather than streamlining it to the needs of their own businesses. So we need people that are there. People like Choncloud Tech and Nfonex. We offer trainings, we offer different solutions, we offer some kind of support. But when there is lack of awareness and lack of understanding, then this becomes a challenge. And we have data security, we have hacking, privacy concerns, privacy policies, and some of these laws are not taken seriously in Africa. We have data security, we have compliance with local regulations, we have shortages. We have so many people wants to go into tech, but you hardly find some people that specialize in some of these few aspects of the cloud computing and want to really be able to deploy some of these solutions. So these are some of the challenges. We also have cultural and organizational resistance. Some of these resistance can slow down organization policies, slow down cloud adoptions. We have regulations and legal challenges. So these are some of these challenges, and by addressing these challenges through investment, through education, supportive policies, and collaborative efforts, African businesses can actually successfully adopt cloud technologies and harness their benefits, and grow, also innovate.
Okay, thank you. Right. Kenneth, we all understand Africa is like the home of small business because that's what drives businesses and technology in the continent. So if we are looking at cloud technology as a whole, I know internet is a big problem, data security, and some of the things like Chukwuka has just highlighted. Can we kind of categorize them? Probably, okay, let's focus on this one, or probably if we can curb this problem, if we can resolve this, a lot of businesses will embrace cloud technologies. What are those little problems that probably African countries or government can just put hands together and resolve so that a lot of businesses can embrace this technology?
Right. So there are three key things I will talk about here. So the first one is the skill gap. Remember, you don't know what you don't know. So if you don't know the potential and the benefits of cloud computing in the first place, then it will be very difficult to explain this, first of all, to the government, and then it will be very difficult for the government to understand what you're saying. So the first thing would be doing series of trainings with stakeholders, do series of trainings with the respective public organization staff on cloud technologies, and then this will now be train the trainer approach, where they now train the rest of the other staff, and then this goes across the entire organization. And then the stakeholders then will use this knowledge to then advise the government on the next steps, how they will go about cloud technologies. And then the second I will talk about would be the infrastructure. So right now, there are a lot of infrastructure limitations, just like what Chooks rightly said. You observe that everything is still done manually right now. When I say everything, I mean every single thing. You still go to stand on queues just to submit certain papers. You still have to follow different processes of sorting somebody out to help you facilitate a particular process that could be done in a few minutes. And we basically could use several ways of automating processes. So first of all, the infrastructure limitation is also a necessity to bridge this gap. And then the last one will be the data sovereignty issue. Now, I know that we have NIDA, organization that is at the forefront of ensuring that, for example, Nigeria. So NIDA is in Nigeria, and this organization is at the forefront of ensuring that public sector organizations basically embrace cloud. So they define processes and frameworks on how this should be done. However, a lot of organizations still set back a little bit on when or how to embrace cloud. And this is because right now, no cloud provider has a data center in
Africa,
Nigeria. We have a few data centers in Africa. Generally, we have one in South Africa, but none in Nigeria, right? And then this is a very big challenge. And so if, first of all, if cloud providers can move to Africa, establish data centers to give that that feeling that, okay, my data resides within my geographical region, then it becomes easier for African countries to embrace the cloud. But ultimately, I know these cloud providers still have what we call edge computing around Africa, and this helps to bring data closer to these users. But still, edge computing servers still speak with the traditional data center that they have in an alternate location. Well, so it would be great to have these cloud providers have their physical data centers in Africa, especially Nigeria, looking at the population of Nigeria and what we right now do at the cyberspace. It would be a great opportunity. And if we try to bridge these three gaps, I believe that we'll have our organizations in Africa and our government embracing cloud fully, because this is the best way to do daily activities and also optimize processes here.
Okay, if we have, so you said we only have one data center in the whole continent, right?
Yeah, so right now we have, for Microsoft, we have a data center. Microsoft has a data center
South Africa.
South Africa, yeah.
Okay, so finish up. If we have like multiple data centers, what effects can that bring?
Right. So, for example, now let's say I am the director of ABC public sector organization in Nigeria, and we decided to implement an ERP solution, and we now want to do the development and all of that. We've done all the necessary back-end stuff, and we want to host this. And then let's say we have a little data center on premises, and we observe that it requires a certain Nexus server, for example, to host this application. And we do not want to procure that because it is going to we'll basically be trading capital expenditure, and we decide to go for a cloud vendor. Now we start doing research about any cloud vendor, and we go to Microsoft, and you see that Microsoft does not have any data center in Nigeria. And based on our internal policies, we need our data close to our region, right? And we try to go to the Google Cloud platform, and we observe that Google do not have any data center in Nigeria as well. We go to AWS, they do not have as well. We go to Oracle, the OCI, and they do not have as well. Then we take a step back and try to get our own physical infrastructure because of we have to go through several documentation processes and compliance and all of that, because the data we are saving does not sit in our environment, it sits in a different country, and we do not completely understand how that data will be processed, right? As much as the cloud vendor will say, yeah, your data is safe and we do not touch your data, still, it is not within your country. So this is a very big challenge for a lot of public sectors right now embracing the cloud. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Chooks, which sector do you believe will benefit more from having the data center integrating this technology in so many African countries?
Okay, so for benefits, I will start with the health sector. For the health sectors, we have improved access to services, cloud-based telemedicine, mobile health applications can reach remote areas and underserved areas, and also providing medical advice, consultations, diagnostics in those areas. So we have improved access to these medical services. We also have data management, effective and efficient data management, storage of patient record, like Kenneth mentioned. If you have some of these data centers in your region, then you have patient confidentiality, that their data is actually secured, and medical data to enhance accessibility and accuracy. We also have collaboration. That means facilities can then collaborate with each other across different regions on the health sector to actually collaborate. Then we have the use of advanced medicine, the use of artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning in telemedicine, and detection of medical diagnostics and medical repairs using artificial intelligence becomes more easier. Another sector is the education sector. Recently, a friend of mine was doing a project using virtual reality. So these are some of the things that can be integrated into tech, like having some e-platforms. Cloud technology can enable the development of online courses, virtual classrooms using this virtual reality, augmented realities, expanding it to access to education. So instead of going to your classrooms, just put on your goggles or your headset and take you somewhere else, take you to Egypt, you see the pyramids and some kind of nice things that children will actually be very, very inclined to learn more and learn faster. Then you have resource sharing. So schools can actually share resources, and also universities can share resources and access educational materials hosted in the cloud. Imagine University of Benin and UI collaborating with all the knowledge, all the professors they have, all their data is stored in the cloud. All you need is a link, click it, go here, access whatever you want to access, download it and use it for whatever learning you need to learn. You have scalability. Educational institutions can easily scale their IT services and accommodate as many as possible, as many number of students they can. For example, we have JAMP. Each time you write JAMP, you have different servers crashing. Students are not able to check their results on time, and so many other things that I will not be able to mention. So education sectors benefit a lot. Then we have the agricultural sectors. You have things like using things like data analytics, using the cloud. Farmers can actually have data-driven decisions, improving crop yield and resource management. You have IoT integration, that's Internet of Things integration. IoT devices can monitor, let's say you have an IoT device to monitor the soil texture, the soil moisture. You have weather conditions, you have crop health IoTs, and so many other IoTs that in other developed countries. You have market access, you have platforms that can connect farmers together. You have apps, you have their own farmer society. Currently, we have social medias for different Facebook, TikTok, and like, but I don't think there is a big one that is known for farmers. So these are things that cloud computing can augment, can bridge the gap. You have retail and e-commerce, scalability, customer experience. Also have government services that it can actually benefit. For example, disaster recovery, backup, when you have a large disaster recovery in a government environment, able to back up as many data that you like. You have data management. For telecommunications, you have good network management. For example, in our country, we have different network services which are still not good enough. But with the cloud coming in, you have cloud-based solutions that enable efficient management and scalability of network infrastructure, service delivery, enhanced delivery of digital services such as streaming and content delivering networks, that's CDNs. You have innovation, support of new technologies like 5G, support of IoTs, Wi-Fi 6, and more advanced features that can actually help. Then you also have businesses or sectors like manufacturing, tourism, hospitality. You have the fintech. I spoke on fintech the other day, how cloud can actually enhance the fintech as integrating different tools and technologies, which is a sector on its own or a different topic on its own. So in conclusion, the adoption of cloud technology can drive innovation, efficiency, accessibility across various sectors or various industries in Africa. And by leveraging the scalability, flexibility, and advanced capabilities of these cloud solutions, these sectors can actually overcome traditional challenges, enhance their service delivery, and also contribute to sustainable economic growth in the society and in Africa at large.
Okay, thank you. That is a long one. Okay, Kenneth, to me, I would say the biggest problem, or one of the biggest, is the cost. Because these people are dealing with pounds and dollars, and we are dealing with naira. So imagine a situation telling an average business probably to pay 50 something thousand naira or 100,000 naira per month just to put their infrastructure on the cloud. So I think to me it's huge for them. So what can be done, or is there any what can probably reduce this cost for small businesses?
Right. So for me, I usually say to my friends that cloud is not cheap. And I say this because when you do this at scale, then it no longer becomes cheap. And especially if you do not have a team that are able to help you manage your cost. But let's look at it this way. When you use the cloud, you are basically paying for the only thing that you're using. So you're only paying for the data, you're only paying for what you use for in the cloud. So it's like when you're doing on premises, you're basically doing capital expenditure. That means if you need to deploy an application, you have to buy a physical server, let's say of 2 terabytes, but your application may just need 20 gigabytes of the 2 terabyte server. So now you are over provisioning, and you then take care of the cooling of your data center. You take care of the security, the electricity, the internet that you have with your ISP. And then you can't use one ISP, right? You have to get MTN as an ISP, and can use Airtel as your backup for your ISP in case there's a downtime in MTN. And then you also look at getting the data center staff, the network engineers as well, that will be managing your infrastructure. Whereas if you then want to deploy the same application in cloud, you basically just pay for what you use, for exactly the 20 gigabytes that you are using for the application. And then the cloud provider will then offer you some services that can reduce costs, like reserved instances, or can give you things like cost savings. So cost savings or reserved instances can be used, and then this can help reduce the cost for your application. And then you also have other services like the cost management, where it helps you see exactly what you're spending, which service is spending, or taking that amount of money, why this is taking the amount of money, when it started, and then your projection at the end of the month. This will then help your team and your stakeholders to make informed decisions on what to streamline and what not to streamline. But ultimately, why I'm saying this, the cloud is not cheap at scale. And then if you have a dedicated team, like for my company, we do managed services to address this particular solution. Choncloud Tech does the same thing, and Nfonex will do the same thing. So we come and we look at your current cloud presence, and then we say, okay, let us streamline this. This is what we can do to help you save cost in this area. In fact, there was a project I and Chukwuka Tech worked on where a particular organization was spending up to $100,000 every month on usage. And after using reserved instances and cost savings, and also streamlining, doing several meetings and reviewing their current cost spending, we were able to optimize that to reduce cost significantly, up to $40,000. So the cloud is not cheap.
Okay.
But you basically be paying for what you use, and you'll be trading capital expenditure for operational expenditure. Yeah.
Okay. We are running out of time. So, Chuks, final question for you. Let's just use probably 1 or 2 minutes to kind of summarize this. Another issue is the technical skills. A lot of African countries lack these skills, and is government supporting? Are they kind of upskilling a lot of people in this sector? If they are not, maybe it's your companies. Are you guys doing anything to train the youth, or what are you doing in respect to upskilling and reskilling?
Okay, thank you. So I'll just be brief to save time. Yes, government is actually supporting. Far back in 2012 in Delta State, I'm aware of a skill acquisition and development center. Also, we have one in Port Harcourt, an ICT center. And in Delta, Asaba, there's also another center there. We have different centers in Abuja, in Lagos, and some other places which I'm not aware of. So I can say that yes, government is actually trying their best. Then individually, as an individual, I've trained close to 600 to 1,000 engineers in the cloud. I've also trained small businesses and startups. And recently established my own company, Choncloud Tech, where we also have some of these services, trainings, we have onboardings, we have inventories and the likes, which we also help to actually onboard people and also give back to the society. And with partnership with other businesses and collaborations with other businesses, partnered with one of our top partners, the Nfonex. Nfonex also helps with onboardings, help with trainings. They do lots of B2B and B2C cloud services and trainings that we also give back to society. So I would say both personally, professionally, and company-wise, we have been able to impact back to society. And we also try to speak on platforms like this. We've spoken on channels, on some other newspapers, and also try to be outspoken to educate, to create that awareness.
Okay.
So we are still working on it, but we'll get there.
Thank you. Kenneth, what's the final thought? Just 1 minute so that I will round up.
Right. So my final thoughts, first of all, would be thank you for this platform you've given us. I believe this will be another step to giving our people out there, African leaders, an opportunity to understand the benefits.
Yes.
Yeah. And then also to put it out there that there's nothing to worry about when it comes to embracing the cloud, because the benefits are enormous, and you basically will be helping a lot of people, not just learn how to use the cloud, but also how to optimize basic processes and make things easier. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you for coming on the channel. I really appreciate. I appreciate the work you guys are doing, and sincerely, I strongly believe that you guys will lead this sector in the coming years in not just in Nigeria and so many African countries. I wish you guys all the best, and yeah, I would say keep pushing, keep doing what you are doing. Yeah, thank you so much, and I appreciate keep growing your business, keep upskilling. I really love upskilling and reskilling because we are really lacking in that area. So keep upskilling, keep training a whole lot of African youth. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Raymond. Thank you. Thank you, Kenneth.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days